Monday, we spoke with MSR Media producer Philippe Martinez about the MSR Script Writing Competition, and then we spoke with two of the winners, Nikki Basu, who was in studio, and Jennifer Hardin Marlin via Zoom. Today, we have Erlene Maynard, another of the MSR Media Script Writing winners via Zoom. Good morning, Erlene. Welcome to Good Morning SKN. It's our pleasure having you.
Good morning. It is also a great pleasure being here.
Lovely. So are you a writer in general, and have you written scripts before?
I'm not a short story writer.
Okay.
I am into drama. Okay. So I've written many scripts in relation to dramatizing monologues and dialogues, especially during Culturama,
okay,
when our children are participating in the talented youth. Over the years, I've done many presentations for the show. So I'm quite comfortable in terms of, writing for drama purposes.
Lovely.
Did you have to stretch yourself to accommodate the requirements of this competition, Erlene? Or did it seem natural for you when you were writing?
Not necessarily. As a matter of fact, I found it very, very, very easy because I am a person, I love to read. I do believe that I am a good writer. Writing stories, especially narratives, was one of my strengths in school and so on and so forth. And even if I'm preparing something for purposes of, dramatizing, I would always sit down and map out the plot or the story or the characters before I do get into what I'm doing. So it wasn't very difficult making the transition.
So, Erlene, congrats again. And can I also ask if literature was your favorite subject in school?
Oh, English.
Oh, English. Okay. So what did you write about on this occasion?
Okay. I gave this quite a bit of thought for a while. And I decided I would like something that showcases our Nivision people, who we are, and our resilience and how we can be helpful and kind to each other, and the values that have helped to build our island. So I decided that something in relation to COVID-19 and its impact on all of us might be the most appropriate thing to do at this time, because many persons would be able to relate to COVID-19 and its experiences and how it affected the workforce, especially our young mothers. So I can give you a background of the story. The story involves a single parent of 3 children. They are all school ages, 2 in secondary school, 1 in primary school. And Celia, that's the main character, the mother, was a worker at Four Seasons. After 15 years, her position was made redundant and she had no job. That means that she had to make drastic changes for her family and herself. And so the story involves her sitting down with the children. They're making plans, how they are going to, make adjustments in their lives. And at first, it worked. The children understood. The oldest child wanted to take a part-time job on weekends, to help the situation. The mother said, no, he's about to write exams. She'll deal with it. But after a time, things really got dismal. And in her frustration, she cries out for assistance from a dear friend. But prior to that, the children started having difficulties, behavioral difficulties in school. One of the boy, got involved in drugs, and it was like from one disaster to the next, things just escalated downhill. So eventually she reaches out to a friend who encourages her, to seek help and what she could do to help her situation. Because one of the things for me, I realized in life, difficulties will always come. And I'm sure all of us would have experienced real difficult times in our lives, maybe not as severe as this, where we are tossed and we are turned and we are caught in the storms of life.
Erlene,
and we have to realize...
Erlene, is that
yes,
what you think, sorry to interrupt you, but is that what you think made your script relatable? Is that one of the things that you think made it stand out from the others?
I think so, because many persons, as I said, should be able to relate to the story. All of us were in the COVID situation. Many persons lost their jobs and had a difficult time coping. But also what I wanted to showcase was how we were mobilized as a people, and we were able to see some of those values of kindness and compassion and caring coming out once again in our people. Because as I said, these are the values on which our Nivision society was built upon. So persons were helping their neighbors, were caring for children, were offering assistance. So I think things like these made the story stand out. And in addition to that, the resilience, because especially among single mothers, I'm one of those persons who admire our single mothers. Sometimes they don't get the credit that they do deserve in having to raise children, sometimes on their own. So I wanted to showcase that as well, that our single mothers should be recognized. They are strong, they are determined, they make sacrifices. And this story is a story about sacrifice. It's a story about overcoming and so on. So I think all those made the story stand out.
Erlene, I want you to let the public know what that title is, because that's what we didn't ask you in our previous segment. So please let us know what that title is.
Okay, the title is Dark Clouds Do Have Silver Linings. And it simply means that there are times when we do go through difficult times. But if we persevere, if we pray, if we work hard, if we seek the necessary help, sometimes the end result makes us realize that, what I was going through was only preparing me for what is to come, the good that is to come. And in addition to that, the strength that you gain from the process, that's the silver lining.
So Erlene, would you mind if there's a major change to your script, or would you prefer to keep your script as it is?
To be honest, I am open to suggestions, because if the suggestions to make simple changes result in making this story even better, I will accept that. So I'm very open to that.
Lovely.
Right, I imagine, although we haven't touched on it really, we've been talking about your process, but I imagine that the overall experience for you must be one of sheer excitement. What was it like when you learned that your script was one of the winning ones?
At first, I really couldn't believe, because because as I said that, you know, it was something new, doing something new for me. But I capitalized on the occasion and decided, give it a try, and for whatever it's worth, you never know. Dark clouds do have silver linings. You never know.
And in this case, it really does. So can you tell us, since you enjoy writing so much, what is next for you in terms of writing?
As I said, right, I do write scripts. Okay, Culturama is coming up, and for the past 2 weeks, I have worked with one of my former schools. I was the principal, so I would have worked with the teachers who are responsible now for preparing 2 participants for the Mr. and Miss Talented Teen show coming up, Talented Youth show coming up for Culturama. So I would have prepared a script for the children. They're going to do a drama presentation. So we are now working on that, getting the children, you know, properly rehearsed and ensuring that they present themselves well to the public.
All right, so Erlene, I have to say again, when we're talking about your script, obviously this was a project that was launched, a competition that was launched by MSR Media, so we're talking about it ultimately making its way into film. Have you given any thought as to who you might like to see portray the characters in your script?
Yes, I've been thinking about it. In my story, the school is involved because there are children, and I would like to see, you know, some teachers playing a role, you know, showing how in times of difficulty, how the school can interact with parents and help to make things work for them. So I would like to see that. I would like to see a strong person, a strong character, you know, playing the role of the mother as well as the friend, because those are the main characters. So I have some persons in mind. I will lobby when the time comes, and I'm hoping that they will be given that role if necessary.